Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'll be talking about the rumour that Harry has been rushed to hospital. So it's being said that he suffered really quite a serious mental breakdown and was said to be rushed secretly to a psychiatric hospital in California for urgent treatment. Worried friends are saying that the stress of giving up his royal duties for an unknown life in LA with Meghan triggered post-traumatic stress syndrome in him, and that he was already fragile. I'm not surprised. Many of us have seen that he has looked very depressed at times, and several of us YouTubers have pointed out over the years that Meghan was feeding his paranoias and making him worse regarding his relationship with his family and his memories of his mother. He has been triggered more since he's known Meghan than he has his whole life. Apparently he feels lost and alone and has no friends there, and the only people that they both see are the A-listers that Meghan is meeting to try and jumpstart her career in the hopes of making her a superstar. Harry's old friends can see how she's using him, and they're worried apparently that her fierce ambition will destroy him. Well, I think they've been worried for years, and there was supposed to be a rescue mission, but never happened. I suppose it is down to Harry, but as I said, this is just all playing out, and I wonder how much of this is true. I wonder if it's the same as the almost catastrophic car chase that never was. I wonder if this is the same thing. There's also a rumour going around saying that Meghan is the one who collapsed. So two stories, one that Harry's the one in hospital, another one that Meghan is. So the Montecito newspaper said that the Sussexes had a huge fight at an exclusive club, and Harry allegedly collapsed and an ambulance was called. I also heard that they were having a meal, so maybe they were having a meal and a fight. Again, it's the usual unnamed sources who have provided this information. The fight supposedly started when Meghan accused Harry of not being supportive enough of her career. Harry became angry and then they both started arguing. Although this news is apparently 4 days old, I've only just seen it now, and so I sort of did a little bit of digging, but I really cannot find much more about this, which leads me to believe that maybe if he was really rushed to hospital, surely it would be in a lot more news outlets. Apparently it was an ambulance with blue lights flashing and a dash to the mental hospital. Another disappointment for Meghan now is that USPTO denies her trademark application for her archetypes. They've based this on the likelihood of confusion. So most of us have heard of the word archetype, but I think it was very new for Meghan, and she thought it was connected to her son Archie. It was a bit unrealistic to be trying to trademark a word which first appeared in the English language over 470 years ago. Meghan was acting like she wanted to own the word. So she could have actually trademarked the name, but somebody beat her to it. So that's the reason she can't use it. So I'm going to continue this video with answers to your questions to my last video, which was 5 reasons why Meghan is not going anywhere. Somebody asked, the monarchy handed over to Meghan, are you kidding? And my answer is no, this was actually what she pushed Harry to ask for. She also suggested that she and Catherine should walk side by side instead of Catherine walking in front of her. She had no clue of protocol, or she pretended she didn't. And this is something she actually suggested to Catherine. Because of the Christmas walk where they were all walking in line, Meghan thought that that was wonderful and really thought that the Fab Four could work together like that and that they could co-reign, if you like, in the future. And then Meghan obviously thought that her popularity would win the people over and above Catherine, and that she would be able to possibly elbow Catherine to one side, as she does with other people. So yes, Meghan really did believe that she could change the rules of the monarchy and that she and Harry would be a breath of fresh air, co-reigning with William and Catherine and then elbowing them to one side for whatever reasons, or trying to. Someone else is saying that, talking about David Rothschild, are suggesting that she's doing special favours just for him. I really don't think so. He's, from what I gather, happily in a relationship and has a young child. His partner is beautiful, absolutely stunning, and I doubt he would be interested in Meghan. He also had dinner with Angelina Jolie, but I think it's because he's an adventurer and an environmentalist and very much a man of action, and with the amount of finance that he would be able to offer, I would imagine that anyone like Angelina Jolie or even Meghan could benefit from being funded by him. But I am surprised that he even got to a meeting with Meghan, if that's true. Or is it something else she's just putting out there to get the attention so that she might be in with a hope of getting a meeting with him? Another comment is, Switzerland media has extensively published about the cancellation of Spotify, and Dior denied collaboration with Princess Pinocchio. Yes, I heard that, and I think that she just wore that sweater and got the people to put the rumour out, and she loves it. Even if Dior has to deny it, she's made her point and got to see the attention. And yet another one of you has said that you believe that there was a grain of truth behind the Dior rumour, but that as Harry and Meghan have worn a lot of Dior and made it known, this person is suggesting that there may have been a deal behind the scenes, but Dior obviously saw the light. Again, that's possible. There are quite a few comments from you saying that you don't believe that comment, that it's absolute madness, it couldn't possibly be true, that Harry would actually think about co-reigning with William. Well, Harry does know the protocol and he knows all the royal rules, but I think the pressure was coming from Meghan and he probably did it just to appease her. But there is one thing that Princess Diana made those boys promise each other, that they would stand by each other. And Harry's job was to support his brother William when he was king. And you could imagine Harry making this a much bigger thing in his mind, whereby his mother wanted him to support William to the point of sharing everything. Because as a mother, she always seemed to make sure that Harry wasn't left out of things, and Harry and William were like normal children, where you make sure they share things. And I think Diana tried to give them a normal upbringing, and maybe Harry feels that supporting his brother means sharing everything as well. Maybe he thinks that if he helps his brother, supporting him in his role as future king, that he should actually share the role as well. You can just imagine Harry thinking along those lines and Meghan feeding that idea. Someone else says here, King Charles had better do something soon about the infamous duo. I think there will be something done soon. Another one of you writes, I almost fell off my chair when you said that they'd suggested to hand over the monarchy to Holy cow, this couple are absolutely off their heads crazy. They are so desperate for power. Yes, they are power crazy, that they are becoming dangerously deluded. One has to wonder just how far this deluded pair will go to get their hands on the crown. I hope that the dark forces that protect our king and his family are reading all of this, because the Harkles are now, in my opinion, bordering on psychotic talk behaviour. This needs to be kept a close eye on. Yes, it does look bad. Their whole aim is to grab the attention, and that's exactly what is happening. They are getting the attention. People are reading about them and people are watching them. And yes, and they're watching these videos. But it won't be for long. That's all I can say. Someone else says, I'm no Meg fan, but this seems so far-fetched. Harry asked the Queen to put the monarchy in Meghan's hands. Yeah, right. Don't think it was exactly that way, but from what I've heard, the pressure on Harry was so great from Meghan that he had to at least appear to be asking these questions. And I also believe that Harry was so deluded about Meghan at the start and so smitten and really convinced that she was the answer to the monarchy and that they were going to do wonderful things, that I think Harry really truly believed then that Meghan was God's gift to the royal family. And yes, I think that it's very likely that he did put that to the Queen then at the start. The fact that it was brought up again, I think after the funeral, maybe more than twice, it's like she could not let that go, because that's what developed in her mind when she married Harry, when she got engaged. She was really believing that she could be in with a chance, a very, very likely chance in her mind to be Queen, because she was just so popular in her own mind. And we have the latest news from Spotify that Meghan did not do the interviews. Her assistants did the interviews, and her recorded voice was added separately after the recording. And another one of you says about Spotify letting it be known that Meghan didn't do the interviews. Absolutely right. This is news coming out that it was actually her assistants who did the interviews, and Meghan recorded her voice separately and it was added afterwards. So fake again. Another very good thought from one of you is, hi Kelt, I've always thought that Harry and Meghan suggested that he and the wife become the Prince and Princess of Wales, in brackets, cementing her as Diana too, as William will be king. As to the timing, I thought all this came out after the African tour, when they suggested they should be able to pick and choose which events and tours they undertook, as they were the most popular, not, in brackets, which angered the wife when the Queen said no and suggested Harry and the wife take a break, hence Mexit. Thank you for reminding me of that. That might have been her plan B, to be the Princess of Wales, like you say, Diana too. But her ultimate goal was to be Queen, always. Even her friends said this. Another comment, is it any wonder H&M are circling the drain? No rational person would go anywhere near them. You've summed it up, I believe. Thank you for your comments and your questions, and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.